Hi, welcome to Living in the Light, and I'm Mary Amy, and I'm all about shifting away darkness, guiding you to your truest potential, and cracking open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. Welcome to the fifth dimension. Here I am. I'm coming live from New York. And what is today's date? I have to check. It's August 17th. It's Thursday. My mind is so confused. I keep thinking it's Monday or Tuesday, and it's Thursday already. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Here I am, and I don't know why I can't get rid of that. Okay, so today we're going to cover topics like direct energy weapons, DEWs. Do you know why I'm bringing that up? Well, it might be the same reason I might bring up HARP, and HARP is high frequency active auroral research, and that's how you alter the weather. Are we getting some odd weather lately? Mud floods and hurricanes and fires. Okay, and we're also going to cover topics like cult or cults, and what exactly is that? And also we're going to cover the Great Judgment Day. Are we on the brink of the Great Judgment Day? Are we being judged right now here? Because we have been going through a spiritual war. Hey, Elsa. Elsa's right over here. Can you see her? She's moving all around. She's digging. Are you digging, Elsa? Hello. And the spiritual war that we've been engaged with is probably not something new. It's just surfaced more now because evil, the elite cabal, the 13 bloodlines, the Illuminati, all of these little secret societies. That's why I'm going to cover cults today, because are they cults? They have been kind of masking their real truth. And we thought, oh, everyone's looking out for everyone else. People care about other people. They care about the earth. Yeah, I don't know if I'm believing that so much now, because everything is surfacing. We are seeing the true motivation, the true agenda of our leaders and those that have been running the world. And we're talking about England, the Crown, you could say, the Vatican, and Washington, D.C. And so that's why I want to bring up the cults. Okay, so how is everyone doing? It just seems though my job in the Matrix is getting a little bit more complicated, and that's why I'm really tired by the time I get home, and I apologize. So please hang on with me if there's some topic that you're interested in. I've done so many topics for over a year now. I've been doing these live videos for a year, and I was doing them daytime, and I had a whole following, and then I breached into evening, and I was doing many more. So I hope that you still join me, and I appreciate everyone who's here, because you are a worthy being of light. Doesn't matter where you live, what you look like, what you do, or what you have. You're beautiful and you're cherished as is. Know that you are a worthy being of light. Have self-love. Because guess what? No one out there really cares about you. You have to go down to the base of your spine and pull up all of your personal power and let it out and tap into your potential. Now, I speak of manifesting. To manifest something, which is to bring it into your physical reality. Yes, it takes inner work. It takes inner work. However, let's start by a couple of things. If we want to ground ourselves, what are we doing? Well, we're going to sit in our chair. We're going to put all our weight in our chair or wherever we're seated. And we are going to imagine that from our spine, from our root chakra, we're going down into the earth. So we're grounding ourselves deeply into the earth. We're going to let out a breath. And we're going to do 3 inhales and exhales so that we are very conscious of this. We are also going to imagine our feet firmly planted in the earth's surface. We're just going to relax, because the more that you relax, and the more that you let yourself have stillness, the more that you'll be able to focus and have concentration and receive what we speak of impressions, your psychic phenomenon. You have to have all of your attention leave your body and relax to receive. Now, what are you going to receive? You're going to receive like attracts like. You're going to receive whatever's operating on the same vibrational frequency. And that means what's going to come to you is opportunities, particular people. Certain people are going to come into your life. Maybe you're going to be drawn into a direction of something you're supposed to do because you're going to receive an impression, and the impression is going to come through as maybe you're going to hear a voice. And I'll give you an example. The other day, don't ask me what it meant. All of a sudden, I'm laying in my bed. I'm going to go to sleep. I haven't even closed my eyes, and I heard circle. And I said, oh, wait a second. Did I just hear circle? What did that mean? You might be receiving impressions in the form of a sound, a tone, a voice. You might see something. You might have activated your clairvoyance within you, which is your third eye, your mind's eye. Now, the more you meditate, the more that you gain awareness and the more you have quiet and stillness. And that is why I give suggestions like listen beyond the walls of the room. Really focus on what you're hearing. Because we haven't been nurtured in this respect. We were never told, okay, let's all have quiet. Let's all let go of any tension. Let's just focus on our breathing. We were not raised for the most part meditating. And I have to tell you, where is the world going? When I say welcome to the fifth dimension, that's because if you're not already there in the fifth dimension, you are going to be operating in the fifth dimension. And when you're in the fifth dimension, it's going to be a place of peace and kindness and compassion and forgiveness. And we're not going to need to be communicating through our lips, speaking. We are going to know. And I'll give you an example. I was in the Hey, Bob Harding. How's the Roku channel? Thanks for asking. Well, you know what? I have to tell you, I have been focused on that. And, that has taken off some of my attention, and I apologize. And what I'm doing is the first video that I'm doing is about telepathy. It's going to be about telepathy. And so I'm really brushing up on everything I can possibly find out about telepathy. So it's all in this video. So everyone's gaining insight. So I have been practicing and working on that. And that's why I've kind of let this go a little bit, because I need to do that and then come back to this and then do another video and come back to this. So I apologize. I'll give you an example of telepathy before we get on to our first topic, direct energy weapons. And I'm bringing up that. Why? Because of Hawaii. What is happening there? Okay, so example. This morning, I was at my job in the Matrix. Here's an example. Now, you could say, oh, that's a coincidence. If you're a sleeper and you haven't awakened and you don't know about synchronicity and you're not really having an open mind and a higher awareness and a higher consciousness. So I'm at my desk in the Matrix, and this woman comes in, and immediately, the second I turn my face to her, I look at her, she has her back to me. I say to her, oh, I love your nails. And she said, what did you just say? I said, this is a personal story. I said, I love your nails. And she said, and I love them because they looked beautiful. And she said, I thought you just said that. Do you know what I'm doing right now? And I said, no, how would I know what you're doing right now? And she was literally, she had her back to me. She was looking at the bill for her nails. Now, how would I know that? I just said that to her. And she said, I was just looking at the bill for these nails and trying to figure out why it cost so much. And she realized she was paying for her daughter as well. And she just couldn't believe that I just said that to her. Like, how did I know? It's like she was reading something about her nails, and I say, oh, I love your nails. It was just a very strange coincidence. Hey, music. Hi, welcome. I'm so glad everyone's here. And so there you go. Now, we could say, oh, well, you know what? That's just a coincidence. But I have to tell you, she's reading about her nails, and I say this comment about her nails. And then I kept saying it over and over until she realized what I was saying. So there you go. Was I telepathically reading her thoughts because she was reading about her nails. I don't know. But maybe these concepts will come to you. You might be connecting with other people's thoughts, maybe be answering their questions. Have you ever been taking a walk somewhere and you walk by someone and they say something and it's the answer to your question? Well, that's happened to me. So it's just like, that's validation. I'm in the right place. And I know that I've been telling you and I've been suggesting that we do the ball of light. And the more that we do that, then the more light we bring onto the earth and the more of this negativity leaves the earth. Now, before I get on to hey, what did it say? It was broadcasting nails. Yes, she was telepathic connection. Yes, it was. I thought so. And I even told my coworker, and she says, oh my gosh, guess what happened to me? I had this telepathic experience. I thought, oh my gosh, I didn't know you were like me, a truther. Okay, reminder, beep, 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 beep. Dreams. Are you writing down your dreams as soon as you wake up? If you don't, you're going to forget them. Maybe go out and purchase a dream journal, some kind of book that you can write down a description or an interpretation, just whatever happens to you in the morning with a pen or just a piece of paper. And you can either, look into whatever the dream is and try to find an interpretation, or just for your own source to turn back to and look at, because we don't realize how much is being told to us while we're sleeping. It is our subconscious, and there's information that is just for us. Now, maybe you're traveling to the astral realm, you're having an out-of-body experience, you are connecting to someone who's passed, you might be traveling and having a remote viewing, something that's going on right now in real time. There might be a direction you're supposed to go into or something you're supposed to explore in your life. It's a discovery. And there may be periods of time where you don't have any dreams, but don't give up. Or if you don't receive any dreams while you're sleeping, any sleeping dreams, ask yourself, say, may I please remember my dreams when I wake up? Because we all dream. Sometimes we sleep so soundly that we don't remember our dreams. So it's our dreams, and our thoughts are very powerful. We can change outcomes with our thoughts. If we say over and over in our mind something negative, I can't do this, it's not going to work out, oh my gosh, everything's wrong. Today, my battery went dead on my car. I left my job in the Matrix. I said, oh my gosh. I go out to my car, my battery's dead. So I had to walk home. And I could have said, oh my gosh, this is horrible, blah, blah, blah. This is ruining my day. Or I could say, you know what? This means change is coming. It's all your perspective. It's all your belief system. We want to let go and cut off all those thought attachments that we've had since birth of how we're supposed to think. We're supposed to come up with our own ideas and our own belief system. Not take away from someone else's, because they're not you. You have your own destiny, your own desires. Just you, no one else. Something that makes you excited and happy and resonates with you. So our thoughts are very powerful. Let's have positive thoughts, and let's have a good intention. Our intention to do our best every day. Live in this moment. Live in this moment. What is this moment? Well, this moment right now, I'm in New York, and it is 5:15. 15 is my lucky number. It was my birthday the other day, and 15. My birthday's on the 15th of August, and it was a lovely, lovely day. Had a wonderful day. I saw family and friends. I'm having a great time here in this summer. I'm going to be sad for the summer months to be over. Okay, so let's get on to our first subject. Not a happy one. Direct energy weapons. Does everyone know about direct energy weapons? If you don't, wake up, wake up, wake up. So direct energy weapons. I believe that if you know anything about Nikola Tesla, he created the death beam ray. And it's about its energy frequency. and he created it. Now, was he an extraterrestrial? Did he come from the future? Because he sure as heck had a million inventions. And then when he passed away, they cleaned out his apartment in New York City and said, oh, there's nothing here of any value. Don't worry. I think the government took it all. The government took it all and said, what is all this? They tried to make heads or tails of it, but they weren't that smart. Now, we know that there was the alien crashes, and I've spoken about that. And they've had reverse alien technology. And a few weeks ago, we had those whistleblowers, and one of them spoke about how they had crashed spaceships. The other day, I read on Twitter, there's over 30 of them. So Nikola Tesla, if you look at this diagram right here, Nikola Tesla invented the death beam ray. And what came out of that was, it says here, showing the projector that Tesla planned to use to shoot a stream of highly charged mercury particles from his beam weapon. And so this is a direct energy weapon. Now, has this been created on a large scale? Well, I don't know if you know about Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin has been creating and building weapons for our military for a very long time. And you can go to their website. They have a whole website, and on it is 3 or 4 mentions, and I'm going to mention the different systems of directed energy laser weapon systems. Now, is this what happened in Hawaii? Because if you look at the coastline, and you see, if you look at some of these pictures, you can see a whole section was wiped out, burned down, they said, allegedly from forest fires. There's some speculation about that. But along the coastline, like right next to that, all of these beautiful mansions owned by the wealthy were untouched. Isn't that interesting? And then I even saw one photo where there was one house, a plot of land with a house, and every single piece of property around it was gone, demolished. Now, they've spoken about in the last few months about making certain areas in Hawaii smart cities. Is that the plan? They just wiped out properties and people passed. They exterminated them, and they're going to put in a smart city for the elite. Another, what is it? Another island, Jeffrey Epstein Island. Okay, so a direct energy weapon known as a DEW damages its target with highly focused energy. Now, this is not me making this up. I'm not a, what does it say? Oh, happy birthday, Bob Harding. We're both Leos, the 13th of August. You know what's so interesting? I went out on my birthday that night, and I was at this little restaurant not far from my home, and there was 2 people. One person had their birthday was the 15th of August, and someone else's birthday was the 13th of August. Interesting, isn't it? And so we all like toasted to our birthdays. So a direct energy weapon, is that coming from a satellite, or is it being shot from another location? And it has precision, low cost per shot. It travels at faster than the speed of light engagement. It's stealth-like, quiet, and you can't see it. When they shoot it, it's invisible beams. There's no repercussions that way, is there? Because we don't see this energy traveling through the air. This is a little alarming and disturbing, isn't it? Now, these direct energy weapons are target with highly focused energy without a solid projectile. Lasers, microwaves, particle beams, sound beams, direct energy weapons. I'm just going to hold some of this up, because then you can see, Nikola Tesla, so you can see some diagrams. And you know how I am. Here he is right here, and he's pointing to, and he had a few different laboratories, and a few of them were burned down. So Lockheed Martin, I just mentioned that. Lockheed Martin has some of their direct energy weapons on their website. And here's a few of them: the Airborne Laser Weapon System, the Naval Laser Keeper System, the Ground Laser Weapon System, the High Power Microwave System. These are all high-powered laser weapon systems capable of countering targets and high-resolution telescopes. So it's a layer of defense. Now, why would someone do this? Why would they go about utilizing some of these direct energy weapons? Now, maybe they're being a little naive to think that none of us are going to figure it out. Now, was this an environmental event, or was this from a direct energy weapon? We don't know. There has been a lot of posts on social media related to this, and people are concerned, is this what has happened? And I'm just bringing this up to bring awareness. And we know in the past few months we've had these forest fires, and I'm in New York and I saw orange skies, and you smelt plastic. It happened 2 separate times. It wasn't just one time, allegedly from the Canadian forest fires. Now, was that from a direct energy weapon, or was that from HARP? Was that a high frequency active auroral research and they altered the weather manipulation? I don't know. We don't know. I'm just putting this out there. Anyone who has any kind of input, please share it, because when you're on social media and you're having some kind of communication and you're putting posts, you don't know where it's coming from, and it's kind of random. At least here, we are all in this community, we're all in this little collective community. And I know a lot of you out there are also going down rabbit holes and also questioning and thinking out of the box. And I believe when we are doing this and we're communicating with each other and having a conversation, it gives some validation. It also is bringing energy, whether we realize it or not, because of our thoughts and our words. It's bringing more energy to it. So even if there's only a few of us that are here, it resonates, because like I said, we speak about telepathy, and energy travels. Our thoughts and our words are energy, and they have feelings and emotions attached. And that is how we receive information, telepathically. So these systems are high-powered laser weapon systems capable of countering targets, high-resolution telescope. So it's a layer of defense. That's what they claim they built these for. And I want to say, are we really having these wars? Are we really having these wars for our government to gain access to properties, or are they legitimate? Are we really having these wars? Like, they say that these machines, these mechanisms were created to help our military. But is that true? Because if they are harming our own country, I question whether or not that's true. So a direct energy weapon is very useful because it sends a stream, a frequency, an energy, and it doesn't run out of bullets, like maybe a gun or some other kind of weaponry. And apparently it's a low cost per shot. Now, there's no stopping this when they start it. The combination of missiles and lasers, kinetic energy, a directed energy, it's very lethal with a broad range defense, and it's invisible to the naked eye. So if they shoot off one of these direct energy weapons, we can't see it. We can see the explosion. Like, I saw photos and I saw videos, and there were people in Hawaii, and they had taken videos, because everyone has a camera on their phone and you can videotape. And I saw some videos where there were, locals holding up their phone, and you could see the weapon, the laser beam hitting the ground, and there was, an explosion, and then it's setting off. Now, what happened in Hawaii apparently was very strange. It's very strange because that particular day that there were these fires, kids were home from school. There's missing people now. They don't know where everyone is. They can't even recognize who died because they were burnt. They were burnt. And there was metals that was burned in Hawaii. And do forest fires burn metal like that? It was very unusual. And that's why I'm bringing this up, because I'm wondering what really happened. Fun fact, thoughts travel faster than light. Yes, I know they do. I know they do. Bob Harding, I worked with DW. And, oh, really? They failed because energy sources got cooked. Best taste test fried all electronics at best for a few blocks, but that was 20 years ago. Exactly. They've been around for a very long time. Thank you for sharing that, Bob Harding. And so here we go. I've spoken about Tartaria, and Tartaria spanned the globe. And it started in what we call Russia and went across all the way to the United States. And it was a civilization that utilized free energy, and they made beautiful buildings. And I've spoken about that, very ornate buildings. And the buildings were created in a way that we had the civilization had free energy. They utilized copper, which that's what Nikola Tesla spoke about, the copper coil, the Tesla coil. And they utilized ether, which is in the atmosphere, and water and earth. And they called them the parasites, exterminated all of the population of Tartaria. And then they left, and the children were left, and they put them on trains, and then they were orphans, and then sent them to another part of the globe. So were these children in Hawaii, did they pass, or were they taken? And were they taken underground? Going down the rabbit hole, you have to question what's really going on, because the whole thing is very bizarre. It's very, very strange what happened in Hawaii. They blockaded the locals from getting in. They turned off the water. They didn't have sirens. And it's very, very strange. The police, I guess the police commissioner or the head of the police department was from, I believe, Las Vegas, when there was a Las Vegas shooting. There's some kind of weird, strange goings on there. Oprah snatched him up. Yeah, exactly. Did she buy all the property? I know that Obama's property was not touched. Oprah's property was not touched. Who is it? The guy from Amazon, Jeff Bezos, he's trying to build a bigger estate. And we have to question what's going on. And when we do, we bring more attention. Our thoughts, our energy will resonate across the globe. And we're also positive. So the laser outside of the frequency that your eye can see, you have to view it in a different wave band. It's invisible to the naked eye. It's basically a blowtorch on a target. So you keep the laser beam on the target through atmospheric disturbances such as temperature and wind. The heart of the storm is the high energy laser and beam control. So we have to control, contain, and monitor that laser through beam director optics that have to reflect about 99.99% of the energy to keep from burning up. Okay, so 3 lasers. Here's 3 lasers. Target illumination laser, a beacon eliminator laser, and a high energy laser. Directed energy weapons produce a beam of concentrated electromagnetic energy. The destructive power of directed weapons derive from the amount of energy transferred to the target over time. So I guess they basically, held the button and lasered, sent a direct energy weapon to Hawaii and burned down the houses, the homes, the people, the vehicles, everything. Lasers can cut through steel, aluminum, and all materials in seconds. For high energy lasers, lethality depends on the power of the output of the laser, the purity and concentration of the light beam quality. So this is possible. It's possible. I mean, they could, apparently there is no extensive tunnel network under. There is an extensive tunnel network. Oh, really? Under Maui? I think I heard that, and that's why I said, did they just take all the children? I mean, they could just focus the sun through the sun lens on a satellite to burn stuff. Well, I think they had actually a weapon to do this, it looks like. So the target range ability is to keep the laser on the target, aim and point at the atmospheric environment the laser transfers to the target. So laser energy can be generated as continuous wave or in pulses. So in other words, it can go steady or it can stop, go, stop, go. High power microwave and high power millimeter wave weapons emit beams of electromagnetic energy. 10 megahertz to the 100 gigahertz frequency range. I don't know that. I'm not a scientist. I'm just sharing with you. So there you go. So let's consider that that is a possibility of what happened. Now here's here's burning. I mean, this is not obviously there, but what's going on here? What is going on? There's some strange occurrences, and I think it's going to get stranger every single day for the next 6 months. I don't know if anyone out there has seen these videos, changing the subject, with the woman on the plane who said, he's not real, he's not real. And she said, I want to get off this plane. And she was crying and screaming. And there was a lot of conversation about who is this woman and who is she pointing at? And was he a reptilian? Was he an extraterrestrial? And that was happening around the same time or right before we had these whistleblowers. And I sensed that that was real. I don't believe that she was an actress, because if she was an actress, that was an Academy Award-winning performance. There's been some videos that came out since then in the last few days of her speaking to the police. And so to top it all off, a topper for all of that is the fact, I'll read your comment in 1 second, music. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel, is that she came online, no one could find her, Tiffany Gomez, G-O-M-A-S, if that in fact is her name. And it seemed like an AI production, or it was CGI of her or someone, and they're claiming it was her, and it was very robotic. It didn't seem natural. She was apologizing. It didn't look like the woman on the plane. I don't know if anyone else has seen this. And I wonder if they took her and then they made this video, this fake video, which was traced back, her company was traced back to Washington, D.C., across the street from the Capitol or something, very close to the Capitol. It's very strange. And her website, I mean, all of it would just seem very strange. And then we wonder, what was that? Was that intentional? Was that soft disclosure about extraterrestrials? Is this just something that is, oh, yeah, told you BS. Wait, what does this say? Oh, wait, Elon's 5G network could probably generate intense direct energy to the surface. I don't know. She came out with a follow-up video recanting. Yeah, that was total BS. Exactly. That was not her. That was not her. That was so strange. I just wanted to bring that up because I thought that was relevant. And then I also experienced a video, and it was on Instagram, and there was this little alien wearing a t-shirt with the earth on it and nothing else, and she had a big head and you know, alien eyes, and everyone thought, is this a real alien on the subway? And what she was doing was basically a marketing I guess ploy for this new movie coming out, being released soon. But again, I say, is this soft disclosure because we are about to engage with real extraterrestrials or aliens? Now, how would you feel if an extraterrestrial alien, another species, walked in your front door or walked up to you outside? Would you run away screaming? Are we being desensitized so we're not fearful when it does happen? Do you believe it's going to happen? What do you guys think? I've been fooled by these deep fakes before. Reality is getting weird. It is getting so weird. But I don't like the Maui situation. That to me is scary, because that means that they could burn down any part of our planet. They could burn all of it down if they want, just to get rid of us. I don't know what that's all about, but I mean, I don't know. That's scary to me. All right, so cults. I'm going to speak about cult. Check how videos and articles make you feel if you feel the negativity. Interesting. Well, that's possible. Music. All right, I'm bringing up cults because it is evident that cults are running our world up until now, and now we are collectively coming together. And I had a dream. I had a voice say circle, and so we are a circle of light. The earth is a circle. A circle is wholeness. A circle is God's source, Christ consciousness. We are connecting. You and I are connecting because we are all one, aren't we? We are all connected. I'm connected to every plant and tree outside. And guess what? We are putting our big girl pants and our big boy pants on, and we are marching forward, and we are taking our power back, and we are sovereign beings of light. And these cults, what is a cult? Well, I believe, really, truthfully, that these cults have been running our world. So a cult is a secret society, and its inner workings are concealed. So we don't really know what's going on. It's an organization. They have hidden activities. They have things like oaths, handshakes, secrecy, private languages, costumes, and symbols. Now, we have been more aware lately of this. We can remember in our lifetimes being present when there were, I guess you could say, those on the television that were obviously very close to one another. They seemed like they were best friends, some of these politicians and some of these leaders. from different countries, and they're shaking hands, and they just seem like they're winking at each other, or they have something up their sleeve, and they know something that we don't, because we're just the everyday Joes. We are trusting, and we are kind, and we're sharing our heart, and we're a little naive, because those with power and money and influence, they don't need our approval. They can do whatever they want, because what do they have? They're backed by their military. They're backed by their money. Now, maybe we're going to have Nasara Jasara. Maybe we're going to have a changing of the guard, and we're no longer going to have the dollar. Maybe we'll have quantum computing in the quantum financial system. And all of those wealthy beings out there, those evil beings, their money will no longer be of value, and they won't be able to cheat us anymore, and we won't have any debt. Maybe we'll be free from debt and have debt forgiveness. But until then, we have to be aware of these cults. So cults. A cult is a sect generally considered to be extremist or false. Now, from our perspective, from theirs, it seems normal. It's normal for them to take a bunch of people and throw them into the woods and chase them and target them and hunt them down, maybe. Or maybe to have human sacrifices is normal to them. Or wear red shoes, or pedophilia, or be interested in some kind of sexual exploitation. All of this kind of really bad stuff, that might be normal to these cults. And they're unconventional, and they're guided by their authorities. Usually they have leaders, and they follow whatever the leader says. Now, if they don't follow the leader, they might be suicided or blackmailed, threatened. If you don't listen to us, we will make up a story about you. But they've made a pact with the devil. When you join a cult like what I'm about to describe, these secret societies, you've made a pact with the devil. And I believe that maybe the devil or Satan is behind some of these cults. And it's been running freely across the globe. And now it's coming forward. It's lifting up, because why? There's more light coming onto the earth. Our DNA has become activated. We are beautiful beings of light. We are highly advanced. If you ask for it, you will receive. You have many gifts, and you have many abilities within you that you haven't even recognized yet. You're beginning to tap into your potential. We're going to all be thinking. Our thoughts are going to be traveling through the air without us speaking. We're probably going to be able to do things like biolocation. We go to another location. Part of us stays here, and the other part goes to another location. Levitation, time travel, traveling. We're going to be able to travel off planet. It's already happening. We just don't know about it. We're going to maybe have ionic powers, and we're able to, like the Marvel comic characters, we'll be able to, who knows, fly in the air. It's unbelievable what our potential is. We haven't even touched on it yet. But when everyone becomes awakened, I'm not talking about the evil ones. I'm talking about all the good guys like us. When we all become awakened, do you know how powerful that is? Do you know how healing that is? The earth is shifting because of the light that's coming upon the earth from the solar flares. Are we going to have a solar flash? We are shifting. We are in the middle of the storm right now. So hang on. We must survive. Now, these cults have self-appointed leaders who excessively control the members, requiring unwavering devotions to a set of beliefs and practices. Now, here's some signs of cults. If you've experienced a cult or heard about it. Reality is getting weirder. Check out videos and articles. Right. Simply by getting an intense. Yes. Okay. So here's a sign of a cult. Now, I don't know if you've personally experienced a cult or you've been invited. A lot of Hollywood is in the Illuminati, or most of Hollywood. You can't become successful unless you're part of that. It's a club, it's a cult. Okay, here we go. Signs of a cult: oppose critical thinking. Now, it seems kind of like our government is a cult right now because everything that they're saying doesn't really make any sense, does it? I might just be a rebel, not the rebel that creates havoc out there, the rebel that believes there's another reality. A dark horse. The dark horse is the least likely to win the race. We are going to win the race, aren't we? Okay, isolates people and penalizes for leaving. So when you become a member of one of these cults, and I'm going to list some of the cults, if you try to leave, you might be suicided, or they might take a member of your family. 3, emphasizes special doctrines. They have a lot of rules and regs, these cults, and they make you abide by them. And if you don't, you are punished. And it's some weird stuff. Now, I believe that a lot of the CEOs of these big corporations, we're talking about big pharma, we're talking about some of these food companies that have been feeding us junk and GMOs. Basically, they've sold their souls. They've made pacts. Now, you can make a pact. It's a contract. You are giving away your power. You are giving away your power. If you are given an opportunity by one of these individuals that is involved with a cult, and they'll test you. They'll see if they can turn you. And if you seem too honest, they're not going to lift you up in a position. You're not going to make it very far in the United States of America unless you're willing to sell your soul. So be aware of that. If you didn't make it to the upper echelons, it's probably because you were not willing to sell your soul. You might have been a good person. Okay, seeks inappropriate loyalty to leaders, dishonors family unit, crosses boundaries of behavior, sexual and personal freedom. Separates from conventional norms. There's also sexual exploitation of net followers. We're talking about cults here. Physical violence, abuses by leaders and groups. The leader is always right, and it's dangerous circumstances. Now, what are some cults? There's 4 types of cults. There's doomsday cults. There's political cults, religious cults, sexual cults. Now, why would people join a cult? Well, maybe for money. It might be because they have to. It's demanded. They might join a cult because they're lonely or they want to be accepted. They might have trouble fitting into regular society. They might be troubled. In cults, there are rituals, hidden knowledge. Now, here's some cults, some famous cults. Check your videos simply by setting an intention. All right, here's some famous cults. Knights of the Templar, have you ever heard of that? There's the Holy Grail, Shroud of Turin, Crosses of Lorraine. The Freemasons, 13 of 39 men who signed the Constitution. 13 of them were a Freemason. The Grand Lodge, there's the symbol of the square and the compass. That's the Freemason symbol. Skull and Bones, founded by Yale University. Interesting, isn't that? And the Bush family was involved with the Skull and Bones. The New World Order is part of the Skull and Bones. So founded by Yale University. Interesting, isn't that? I didn't know that till I traveled down the rabbit hole. Okay, the Illuminati. Okay. The Illuminati, founded in 1776. I'm referring to cults. Why am I bringing this up? Because we have to have awareness. And it seems as though a lot of who's in charge across the globe is in one of these cults. It seemed as though, to me, what I am receiving intuitively is that maybe at one point they were all on their own, but now they've all joined together to kind of rise up and to stay in power. and they've joined together, it seems to me. There's still individual cults, but these secret societies, but they've joined together so they can overpower us because they all have different abilities. Some of them have more power military, some have more power monetary, some of these cults have more power in certain areas of the globe. And so they've joined together. Now, the Illuminati, founded in 1776, ideas of the Jesuits, recruits from other cults and groups. The founding fathers, what were they looking for? Power, politics, women, scandals, financial security. They were all involved in that. The founding fathers of us, of our country, the United States. That was a cult. That's a cult. The Kabbalah, mysticism and occult. I'm almost done. Mysteries of the seven sages of Memphis, demigods and unknown men. Now, like I said, I believe that these individuals and these cults have kind of joined together so that they can overpower us and keep their power, because we are in the middle of a spiritual war. Are we going to win? We already have won. We just can't see it yet. We are winning right now. And what I mean by winning is light is triumphing over evil. They're just grabbing the last bit of hurrah. And I'm going to get into how we are going to overcome individually. The Bilderberg Group, 1954, they started. Bill Clinton, Henry Kissinger, Angela Merkel, and they focus on climate change. Climate change. Hey, what does Bob Harding say? Sounds like a cult to me. Robert Dudley published the most detailed map of the world and even faced the claiming there is so much sacred knowledge, good and bad, that we are finding out. And it just seems as though everything's connected. We, in this moment, have to connect to our hearts, our heart chakra, our love, the love within us, and send that forward out across the globe for protection for ourselves and others. And also it's a way of shredding negativity. Now, imagine a frat group, and they and like if they all joined together and they were running the world, and we did not realize. And that's what I believe is going on. These cults are together, joined up, and they are running the world against us. Now, can we overcome this? Of course we can. And we are. We are overcoming this negativity and this darkness. And it's funny because as time goes on, I become more and more freer to speak about some of these subjects that in the past, maybe a year ago, I would never have spoken about or said, because I didn't feel as though I was able to. But I am freely speaking about these subjects and saying these names of these groups and organizations because I don't sense that I'm in any danger. It's not dangerous now. Okay, so we're almost about to hit the 1 hour mark, so let me speak about Great Judgment Day. Is it time now, because we are going through so much change across the globe, and we are experiencing some of these environmental changes and mysterious events, and everything from being told that UFOs and extraterrestrials are real to what happened in the last few days in Maui. And I did see as well a mud flood, and I don't know if it was Italy. I think it was Italy. And I don't know, because we are seeing that some of these weather changes, the very strange weather changes are out of our control. We knew that, but is someone else controlling them is my point. Is it something that we should be worried about? So the Great Judgment Day. The Great Judgment Day has been spoken about, where I guess you could say God, we're going to say God, is before us and we are judged. And how were we, why we were here on the earth. And God will judge those that are alive and those that have passed. It's not just those that are alive. So all humans will have, who have lived, will be held accountable for their deeds and their actions. And are we embarking on Judgment Day, a day that we are, I guess, deemed good or bad? I'm hearing from some of these podcasters, and I haven't been listening to as many because I am focusing on this Roku channel, this telepathy video. I'm hearing that moving forward, we are going to be tested by our hearts, and we are going to be checked by our hearts. Do we have a benevolent heart? Do we have compassion and kindness? And it will be a deciding factor for us. I don't know if every single one of these leaders that I've spoken about that are in these secret societies and cults, are they human? I don't know. I know that there are those masquerading as real people, and we are seeing that you can put on a mask. If someone was to create a mask of one of us and put it on someone that has a similar body type, would our friends and family be able to distinguish maybe the sound of our voice? If it's just based on the way someone looks, maybe they could masquerade as us. I'm not quite sure. I know if we're watching a video and it's not in person, we could definitely be tricked because of CGI, and now AIs can recreate through technology a story, a theme, some kind of event. So Great Judgment Day, all humans who have ever lived will be judged. The time when some people believe the world will end and all dead people will come back to life so that God can judge everyone. Do you believe in this? And how did they behave while they were alive? What does this say, music? Well, I have to say whether or not this is true about the Great Judgment Day, I do believe that in real time and in everyday life, by our actions and our behavior, the universe is there and witnessing it. There are witnesses, whether or not somebody is visibly seen. There are witnesses, and what I mean by that is we can have karma. We can have I guess, the cause and effect. You know, what are we doing? And when we do something, are we creating karmic debt? Are we giving ourselves bad karma if it's harmful to someone else? If we're doing something that is a bad deed, and maybe that is judgment. The universe is judging us every single task or every single deed that we commit. So the quote is, "This will be a judgment of all the nations and all the people, for the Lord, he comes to judge the earth. He will judge the world in righteousness and the peoples in his truth." Is there going to be the second coming of Jesus Christ, and Jesus will come here and the world will be healed and we'll have peace on earth for the next 1,000 years? Maybe. Just putting it out there. And so the day of his wrath, the believer and non-believer are both accountable, issuing a verdict of what has been done, heaven or hell. Now, there's also what's called the four horsemen, fires and floods. Are we in the moment of the four horsemen? The book of Revelation speaks of fires and floods, and we are having fires and floods. So that is one of the reasons why I brought this up. The second coming, the four horsemen of the apocalypse. The second coming, the book of Revelation, the seven seals of the Lamb of God, the Lion of Judah, opens the four of seven seals, summons from beings that ride on a white, a black, a red, and a green horse. And I just want you to, be aware of this, and just the second coming of Christ consciousness arising. Yes, I agree with that. We all cross. I agree with this. We are in the, Christ gave himself up, and are we all collectively being awakened at the same time in this moment, the 144,000? And is it our DNA waking up to who we really are? Because we have been in a slumber. We have not realized all of our beautiful gifts. You're a worthy being of light. Doesn't matter where you live, what you have, what you look like, or what you do. You're a worthy being of light, as is I cherish you. All right, so let's get into, because we hit the 1 hour mark, let's get into psychic phenomenon. Jay was a way shower. Oh, yes, he was a way shower and a light worker. Absolutely. And so are you, music. Okay, so we are going to a place where there will be angels. We are coming to a place of angels or beings of light. They come from the heavens to earth. They're here to protect humanity. They ascend and descend on a staircase. They're immortal. In fine arts, they have wings and halos. Maybe you see speckled light out of the corner of your eye. You might experience a whisper in your ear. They guide you. They protect you. They are archangels, like this one right here. Maybe divine intervention. You will experience divine intervention. There will be visions or miracles, an extraordinary event that is not understood or explained by natural and scientific laws. This is all attributed to supernatural beings, God, an angel, a saint, a spiritual being. Maybe you'll have an archangel that will visit you in a dream. Maybe you'll have a lucid dream. Has your light codes activated in your DNA? Have they activated? And so what will that seem to be looking like? I'll show you. So maybe your light codes will activate and you'll feel as though you'll have light transfer through you. Maybe you'll see light when you close your eyes. You'll witness this light. It might come through as a lucid dream. It might be that you are all of a sudden having some kind of sensation that feels physical to you. And a healing light code is going to prepare you and transition you so that you can evolve into a higher being of light. You are changing form from carbon-based to crystalline light. While you're sleeping and you're resting, this is happening to you. It's pretty exciting. Now, there's what's called sacred geometry and light language. And that is going to be something that looks like, if I have a picture for you, I can show you. And if I don't, I'll just describe it. I'll just describe it for you because I don't know if I have a picture. Here's the picture. So it might come through like this, and it might look like light like this, or it might be forms that take on, looks like another language. It might be blue light, might be pink light, might be lavender light. I've been experiencing lavender light. I had this vision the other day that came through to me to imagine lavender light circling me. And that's a way of transporting myself to another dimension. That's a way of sending telepathic messages. Now, in that moment when I was hearing that, it didn't happen like this. I think it happens over time, where your body acclimates itself to some kind of belief system, like I'm saying. And then in the future, you begin to have these experiences like I've had. So healing light codes, There are tones, there are sounds, there are colors. They might come through like this. You might start to hear light language. You can watch videos. You can put in light language and you can watch videos and people are speaking this other language. And it's usually tones and sounds. It's not words. It's something, I'll give you an example. It sounds something like, and it's these different, it's an elongation of a sound, and it's really a frequency, and it's a language. So you are, without realizing it, carrying a signature ID DNA within you. You have an imprinted DNA blueprint. Now, this is going to heal our authentic selves as this activates. It's not on one night. It takes months. Maybe it'll take a year. I've been receiving light codes since 2021, November, and I'm still receiving light codes. So it's a divine design for you. There's no one else that's going to have your skill set, your talents. I know it sounds far-fetched. This is real. If you want this to happen, you have to take away any doubt. You have to say, I'm going to accept this. I'm going to embrace this. Have a willingness. Have a willingness. This will bring more awareness, more consciousness to you, your higher version of yourself. So there are symbols. You may be able to channel a higher realm, a higher dimension. Okay, so let's do some psychic phenomenon. What does this say? Literally, and was involved in a tragic accident there. Kamaya changed the day before the several souls involved the day literally. Interesting. Wow, Bob Harding. You've had some experiences. Okay, so let's get into some psychic phenomenon. Okay, so are you extrasensory? Are you able to receive or transmit messages? And there's no distance involved here. It doesn't have to be in the room. Like when this happened to me today with this woman, I was in the room with her, and so maybe it was easy for me to receive it. If you are sending a message to someone, it can travel 5,000 miles. It's a thought, and it is carrying a charged impulse, and it's carrying emotions and feelings. It's easier to receive information if someone's deliberately and you're synchronizing the time and the date to be sending it. However, we do receive on a daily basis telepathic messages, whether we realize it or not. Now, if you are open to it, it will happen more and more. So extrasensory perception, you will receive information using unconventional means through clairsenses. It's going to be information. You're going to have a gut feeling about it. It's going to feel as though there's a sensation running through your body. It's going to be in 1 second. It's not going to stick around unless you grab onto it. If it happens, it might happen so fast and be gone that you said, wait, what just happened? And you have to try to grab onto it. And if you grab onto it, which just means you focus and concentrate, you tune into whatever it is you're receiving, you can gain more information. It's not easy. Sometimes it's a struggle to do this. So we are going to communicate through impressions. We are going to receive. So let's do a psychic phenomenon. Let's do psychic. I'm feeling like something's going on with me tonight where I'm feeling a little dizzy, and that's been happening. And I'm just going to say the truth because I've been denying it the whole time I'm sitting here, or actually the last 15, 20 minutes. And I don't know why, but I keep getting very dizzy. So I'm trying to stay focused. All right, so let's do some psychic phenomenon. All right, let's go through our steps. And how do we do that? What are we doing exactly? The steps are, I just want to check and make sure. Okay. So what are the steps? Well, first we are going to let go of any tension that we have in our physical body. We're going to put all our weight in the base, in our bottoms. We're going to put all our weight. We're going to just let go of any kind of tension we have, any kind of stress that we have in our body, and we're just going to relax. Okay? And we're going to push away any doubt that we can do this. And we are going to drop down. So we're going to be like a rag doll, right? Like a jellyfish. So we're just more or less just letting go of any tension that we have. And I'd also like you to remind you to imagine your feet firmly planted in the earth so we ground ourselves, so we don't have looping thoughts. And the more that we're in this moment, the more we're going to receive. Because in this moment, you're receiving an impression. If you're not grounded, if you're not focused, you're not concentrated, you're not pushing away any thoughts, you're not going to receive anything. All right, so we're imagining our feet firmly planted in the earth's surface. We can say we're imagining the base of our spine going down into the earth. We are also imagining energy traveling up through all of our chakras, all the way up through our crown chakra, all the way up, maybe 6 feet up into the air, so we have alignment. And we're going to drop down. We're going to focus on our breath. So I'd like you to just start by letting out a breath. And then I'd like you to do some inhales and exhales. So be conscious of your breathing. Focus on your breath. Push away any thoughts. And just for a moment, focus on your breath. Okay, I hope you're a little bit more relaxed. Again, let's consider we're in this moment. We want to be present, have gratitude. I'm so thankful. I'm imagining my feet are in the earth. I'm letting go of any tension. I'm pushing away any thoughts. Now I'd like you to focus on dropping down all of yourself into your physical vessel. And you're going to allow to open up all of your clear senses. Your hearing. I'm hearing beyond the walls of the room. Let's hear, let's listen. What are we hearing? We're having silence. We're having stillness. We're just quieting down our system so we can receive an impression. Maybe a sound, a tone, something visual, a flash of information. So you're listening beyond the walls of the room. Now I'd like you to, hopefully you have your clairvoyance, you're open, your third eye chakra, your mind's eye. If it's not open, you tap, 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 or you run your finger in a circle and you ask to open it up. And you're kind of reaching to another realm through your third eye. It's not here. And if your third eye is open, you're going to see another existence. You're going to have your eyes open or your eyes closed, and you're going to see something like I always see this farm area, and there's a cow eating grass. That's in my third eye. Now, is that really here in this realm? It's somewhere. Is it remote viewing? I'm not quite sure. And then we want to tune into our clear sustenance, our empathy. So we're going to tune into our heart. So we've opened up our hearing, our third eye chakra, and our heart chakra. So how are we feeling? Okay, and then we can also have sense of touch, your sense of smell, your sense of taste, and maybe your claircognizance. You have a knowing, you have a sixth sense. Okay, I'm going to make a suggestion. You pick one or two of the three or three of the clear senses. You have this ability. Push away any doubt, drop down, you're relaxed. And I'm going to listen for some kind of impression through my hearing. And my clairvoyance, so my hearing. And here's the suggestion. I'm making the suggestion for you to remember the very first time that you felt happy. And that's the suggestion. The very first time you felt happy. And I'm going to be quiet and let's see what you receive. Okay, so I immediately received something and I'm going to share it with you. I was crawling and I saw my family dog. So I was very little. So I guess that's the first time that I was happy. I love puppy dogs. You know, I love Elsa, so that makes sense to me. And I kept trying to go back and find more information. And that's what I received. I don't know if you received anything like that. Um, I can tell before I have a blocked call from my ex. Sweet. Wow, I hope you feel it. Thank you, Bob Harding. I appreciate that. Okay, so before I go, I'd like you to rub your hands together because I got it. I'm not feeling great right now. It's hitting me, so I'm gonna be going. But I'm gonna rub my hands together and we're gonna create a ball of light. We take it away from our body. Hopefully, we feel something on the palms of our hands. We take our hands apart and we create a ball of light. We bring the light all around us. And this is how we are going to bring light around us. And we're going to bring energy. It's a ball of light, which is energy. So it's good. It's good. It's good for us. It's going to bring us closer to ourselves, our authentic self. Maybe it's going to spark a light within you. And maybe it'll bring joy. So we can actually ask it. We can change our belief system. We can say every time I create a ball of light, or I'm feeling stronger when I say that, it's going to bring me joy. And my hands are actually feeling as though there's a lot of energy hitting my palms from saying that. So creating a ball of light, maybe you can make up whatever you want it to be. Maybe it doesn't have to be, it brings me joy. Maybe it brings you something else. It's whatever you want it to be. I just give suggestions. So I'm bringing light all around me. Okay, and I'm putting my hands together and I'm wishing everyone a good evening and well. And today we spoke about direct energy weapons, cults, signs of cults, healing light codes. We spoke about the Great Judgment Day. So everyone have a wonderful day, evening, and be well. And I'm spinning light, and you're in the center of it, and you're making a wish. I want good things for you, and I see a band of light. And it is circling you, and it's white light. If you ever wonder what it looks like, it's a footband of white light, and it's circling you. And good things are coming, and you're making a wish. Everyone make a wish. And you have a wonderful evening. Be well. Bye. Hope you like the video and subscribe.